Hey Titans, this is Mickett, just doing a recap of our latest victory over SGSA46, which is a clan in Spain, a Spanish clan. I'm not sure what SGSA stands for, but anyways, we had what I'd call an easy victory over them because we pulled it out very early and got so far ahead that actually our biggest problem was to try and make sure everybody to still take them serious in case they started to come back. Good job, good participation for the most part across the board. I'm just going to kind of highlight a few things. I have a few awards to kind of give out and so forth. Just kind of take a look. They really didn't hit anybody up the top. They had the worst time trying to close anything out for 3 stars. But you can kind of see how they had a fair amount of attacks across the way. But you can look at the ones that we did starting at the bottom here. You can see we just closed everything out. Very early on, we closed out a lot of 3 stars, and so that really helped, and we could be able to pick and choose of what was left. We got down to the point where we didn't even have to close out some of the things. We were just doing it for the fun of it. Just kind of give you an idea. We had 21 3 stars, which is excellent. They only had 7. See all their 2 stars? That really cost them a lot. Basically, our new stars per attack, very early on, it was something like 2.67. 3.67 would have been excellent. 2.67 was also excellent, and we did a good job. It obviously averages out by the end because you get to the point where there aren't that many more stars to be had, and we attacked twice on every war. So just to give you an idea that we had very good participation across the board. Few people didn't participate, and I think at least one of those got kicked. They had not so good participation, especially up top. You know, some of their people have left, which I feel bad about, but you know, that's how it happens sometimes. They've lost like 8 people there. So anyways, just to kind of recap a few things, first thing highlight what I would say was one of our good attacks here. I don't think I've highlighted MC before, and so I'm going to do that this time. Very good attack here. It is a hog attack. Let's replay this. Now, one of the things, just to kind of stop this for a second, when you're talking about hog attacks, what you're really worried about are the big bombs. And if you have 2 of them together, they can take out all of your hogs at once, no matter if they're under heal spell or not. So you look at a base like this, and it's kind of a checkerboard sort of situation. You're really not worried about the big bombs in there. You're going to get 1 or 2 in there, but you're going to throw a heal spell down at just the right time. He's going to do that. Now, just to kind of show how he pulls this out, he pulls the clan castle troops out, throwing in a giant and a hog, basically just sacrificing them to get the CC pull, which is a fine way to do it. He throws down a barbarian just to get him out to the corner so he can deal with them without any interference from any of the archer towers. It was so nice of that guy to gift him with something out in the corner. Now you notice he's going to try and get behind these and hit those wizards from the back, because those are the most dangerous. And he does a pretty good job. I think I would have dropped the witches a little earlier, but he drops them here. He chooses to use witches. It's one way to go about doing it. They can be tricky to use. It works out better when you bring in the hogs from a certain direction. You can see, but if he brought those witches in a little sooner, he wouldn't have had as many wizards die, but he does a good job anyways. He's going to throw down a heal spell here just to keep these guys going. The ones down at the bottom are wandering around. He'll get a heal spell down there to help them out too. He had real good patience. A Town Hall 8 to attack another Town Hall 8 really has to be patient, because it only has 3 heal spells and it has to be able to get through the entire base. And depending on how many troops you brought with you, you've also got to depend on having, see that big bomb there? But he has a heal spell down already because he expects that to come, and so it keeps his hogs alive through that. As I was saying, that if you're bringing mostly hogs and don't have a lot of other troops to do cleanup, you've got to have enough of them alive at the end. So you've got to be really careful of how you use those heal spells, because even if you get rid of all the defenses but don't have the hogs to be able to wander around the base and kill some of those other structures, it's really hard for any of the cleanup troops to get on into the inside unless you've directed them that way on purpose. Anyways, this was a pretty quick raid. He did a great job, good plan, and executed the plan very well. Good job by MC on Durex. I believe that was number 14 on a 15. So good job. Now I'm going to cover another one. This is a defense. Their number 1 attacked JohnBomb, who is our number 7. You can see down here, and had a few difficulties. And I wanted to pick this one out because it was a good example of how even top players can have troubles, and if they make a mistake. What he's going to do is he's going to bring in a hog here. Now let me pause it for just a second. You can look at the difference between this base and the last base. Look what JohnBomb has in the middle there. He has these open spaces there, and you're really guessing as to what's in there. Are they Teslas? You see the spaces up just above the town hall, and then of course just on this side of the short side of the clan castle. Those are areas that you could have double bombs or Teslas anywhere in there. So this is a base that I probably would not choose to hog because you could have extreme problems. But nevertheless, he's going to do that. You notice it's a very short replay, and there's a very good reason for that, because he doesn't get all these CC troops out like he needs to. Okay, so he brings in that. Now he does another thing that I just is not a good idea. Is he brings out like 5 of the archers, or maybe it was 3. I don't even know. But he deals with some of them, brings in all these archers. He's got like 50 archers. That makes no sense. He throws in another hog, so he's sacrificing these hogs. He would have been better off to throw down 3 or 4 at the beginning. They would have killed one of the cannons, maybe even 2, and brought all the clan castle troops out. Instead, he's doing this constant sort of throwing a hog in there, and on top of that, you're going to see that he doesn't even get them all out of there. The most important thing is he doesn't get out the last couple of wizards. Now those are what are really deadly to hogs, to the hog rider attack. Because watch, if you can watch this up close, the wizards are just whomping on these hogs. Even in a heal spell, they're really taking those guys down pretty bad. They walk outside of that heal spell for just a second and they are dead. The Archer Queen is helping along with that. So she's taking them way down there, and then they hit that big bomb, and there's not much left there. And the Teslas can go through that if they're both hitting a hog at the same time. I'm going to back out of this. But he doesn't have any hogs left to do any more cleanup. He doesn't really have any other cleanup troops except just going around the outside. And you can see that he doesn't even really do a great job of directing them up the middle. So he really, I would say that's a pretty big fail. You know, he has 2 heal spells left because he got to the point where they were of no use. He couldn't do anything else with them. So you can see, I'm going to go, you see those double bomb, that double big bomb there, and that's what really cost him in the end and took out a lot of his troops. So good defend by JohnBomb. Again, I'm going to hit a couple other ones real quick. I'm going to give an award to, I'm not going to go through the different ones on this one, but Xanadu Bamboo wins the award for the Heart Attack Award because both of the attacks were 3 minutes and 3 seconds long. One of them was, let's see, one of them was on Zavi, and then Bang Bang was a revenge attack, which was kind of cool. So the first one was on 16. And you can, I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but you can see that this is kind of a weird base, but went through with kind of a holo attack, the hog loon attack, and it went pretty well, except for some of those hogs got fried, but it's a 3 minutes and 2 second raid, or 3 minutes and 3 seconds if I paused it late. And then the other one here was at the end when there really wasn't a need to do anything, decided to go for an extra star anyways, and you can see that was also like a 3 minute and 3 second raid. This one's a more complicated one, but you don't have the same problems with the double bombs here, and it goes pretty well, but does come right down to the end, and one wizard just taking out both the CC and the town hall. It's kind of fun to watch. So the Heart Attack Award goes to Xanadu Bamboo. I'm going to hand out one more award here, though. I'm trying to think of what number we're looking at. King Douglas on 24. This falls under the category of, I can't believe you actually got away with that award because he does something that you're not supposed to do, but is lucky enough in this case, and perhaps skilled enough with the placement of the heal spells that he gets away with it. He doesn't draw out the CC because he has a little trouble at the beginning, I think I remember him saying. And so he brings in the hogs, and fortunately there weren't any wizards, there was just it was just the archers. Yeah, the archers do some damage, but they just don't do it as fast, and they're running after the hogs. It's kind of fun to watch. So it's a very short raid. So watch this here. He first brings in down here to take out the Barbarian King, which I don't think is really all that necessary, but he decides to do that. That's fine. No, the Barbarian King wasn't going to do much to his hogs, but he brings in these hogs, and you can see he's bringing this in. The CC troops are still coming out here, and he does a single finger hog drop. They're all hitting them, but because they aren't wizards, they aren't taking them down as quickly, and so they end up running away from them on both sides there, and he's able to keep them alive long enough to be able to get them across the the board than take out all the CC. Now what happens, the dragon comes over here to help. On the right side, you see? The dragon's going to come over here, and he's going to engage the CC troops and going to fry them. And the CC troops that are over here are going to get engaged by these dragons here, eventually, and helped out here. And then the hogs also turn on him. And so he gets them down there after he's taken all the defenses out there. And he has just enough hogs left to be able to get to some of those last defensive structures to be able to clear them out, because there's not enough time probably for the dragons to be able to clear everything out with only 3 dragons. But anyways, this falls under the category of I can't believe you actually got away with that, but good job on getting the 3-star award. So let's just fly through this here because you know where this is headed. Good job by King Douglas II on I don't know if it's Denise or D4N1S, whatever it is. So good job, and next time please draw out the CC troops so I don't have a heart attack. Thank you. All right. Good job, Titans. Really nice one. I'm sure that the next war will be not as easy as this one was, but it's nice to have one that's a little easier every once in a while, just to remind us that we actually can have some pretty good traction when we are all together and on the same page. So good job, Titans. Make sure you like and subscribe, and go Titans.